Hello, Henry from Belgium here. Today, set 6279, Skull Island from 1995. I have it complete with the box, the manual, and all parts. It is clearly a set from the Pirates theme. It contains 378 parts and 6 minifigs. Loyal viewers already know that I am a big fan of this theme, and that it is my goal to have all the sets complete with box and manual produced in 1989. I already have a few in my collection, and I can now also add this one. Set 6235 Buried Treasure. It is a small set with only 20 parts, and I can't make an extensive video about it. That is why I will also show it in this video. The box shows damage due to the removal of a label. But otherwise, it still looks nice with the well-known artwork and nice pictures at the back. The manual is also included and even an extra folder. So only 20 parts, but some interesting ones. Especially the chest with gold coins appeals to the imagination. There is also a nice pirate flag in it. By the way, you should always check if the clips are intact. Also a minifig, a monkey, a shovel, and weapons. It is a small but nice set, and I am happy that I can now add it to my collection. The reason why I want to collect the complete series from 1989 is because I owned them all when I was young, and it brings back a lot of nice memories. But if I find any other pirate set, even from later years, I will buy them. Certainly if it is at a good price. And this was also the case with this Skull Island from 1995. I did not know the set that well. Of course I had heard of it and seen it in other people's collections, but I had never held it in my hands. In the meantime, I have done a lot of research by reading articles and reviews, and also by watching videos from other collectors. I have already looked at and counted the parts, but I have never built the set before. I always keep that for my videos so that I can give an unbiased and honest opinion. The box already looks very good. Here a small tear, but otherwise still in a nice condition, with also the known artwork and cool pictures and stories on it. The foil is still in it, and so is the inner box in cardboard. Unfortunately, as in 99% of the cases, the extra plastic tray is missing. Here you see a picture of the original complete packaging. What I have seen several times with versions from other countries is that there is a text on the inside flap, a kind of background story. And that can give you also an idea of how to play with the set and is extra cool information. I actually think it is a pity that they have not done that with Belgian sets. And what also immediately strikes me is that in the 1989 series, here at the top there was a yellow bar with the word Legoland on it. In this later series, it has been replaced by a print with the word System, which I personally like less. That was not only the case with the pirate sets, but with all sets from a certain year onwards. The manual also looks good for its age of almost 30 years. On the first pages, there are always pictures of things that you can build before finally starting with the set itself. And of course, the minifigs too, there are 6 in total, which is quite a lot for a medium-sized set. These pictures are always a big help, because I have also learned to look carefully at all the details, especially when you buy something secondhand. It has happened that I made a video of which I later saw that a little detail was wrong. A color of an accessory that is not right or simply missing. A print, the color of the torso or pants that is not quite right. Heads with open or closed studs that are mixed up, etc. In this case, there are 3 epaulets in 3 different colors that are important. A non-opening backpack, 3 pirates have an eye patch, and very important, this pirate has black pants. This is exceptional for this figure. He usually wears blue or white pants. In this combination of headgear, head, torso, and pants, he only appears in this set. That also applies to this minifig. The combination of these parts can also only be found here. Of course, Captain Redbeard is also in the set, and is the favorite pirate figure of many collectors, myself included. And then there are also 2 Imperial minifigs, a soldier and an officer. I had only seen them in photos and videos before, so today I can add them to my collection for the first time. It is also important to always check the general condition. The prints should not be faded, they should still have bright colors. And you should definitely check that there are no cracks on the sides of the torsos. I can say that these minifigs are in a nice condition and valuable because of it. Then there is the classic palm tree, also one of my favorites. Here it's always important to count the number of connectors, which can differ from set to set, and especially check also the correct size of the leaves because that can also be different. And what strikes me here, and what I have not seen before, this piece can apparently also differ in color. I have them in all my sets in brown. It is the first time that I come across it in green, so also something new that I can add to my collection today. Also nice is that there are 2 sloops to build, complete with oars and benches. It is a pity that the pirate sloop does not have an extra antenna with a mini pirate flag, while the Imperial Soldier sloop has a nice extra flag with print. Here, it's good that for once they did not choose the classic grey or black for the benches, but colorful red and yellow. And for those who don't know, these 2 openings at the front are used to put the oars upright. That's also useful so as not to lose them when you put the set away. Before building the set, I show you the rest of the manual. It is a handy format with 25 clear drawings of how to build the set. Handy and clear are characteristics that I always find important in a manual. Nothing is more annoying than discovering after a while that you have forgotten something or built something wrong. I see quite a few additional drawings with extra explanation of what you need to add, so that's positive. In the meantime, you see all the parts here, and there are quite a few. A lot of basic bricks and plates, which is very good. It will be building the set and not just assembling the parts, which I find also always very important. I see 2 ready-made pieces that I like less, but if that is only a minority in a set, it's okay for me. I don't want to start off on a negative note, but I find the base plate a little bit disappointing. It's a simple 32 by 32 standard blue one. Okay, I understand the idea behind it, that it must represent completely water, but maybe they could have done a little more with it. As with sets from 1989, a print in sand color or green, even if it was only something small at the place where you have to start building the construction. And a raised base plate would have been fantastic, of course. I do find it positive that different colors were used for the base. The yellow that represents sand in combination with the gray is already a good start. The placement of the chest has also been considered well. This brick represents sand. The chest would sink on it if there are no extra plates and tiles in between, so the story fits. And then I have these 2 parts. I always call them ready-made pieces. but actually it is called a rock panel 4 by 10 by 6. Unofficially, it's also called a burp among collectors, which is the abbreviation of Big Ugly Rock Piece. I have to say that I personally do not find it really ugly. For me, it is more a matter of taking away a lot of building fun. And certainly, if there are more than 4 in a smaller set. In such a set, you put them on a base plate, add some details, and you are done. Fortunately, that is not the case here. They serve as a basis, and everything else is apparently basic bricks. On the positive side, the advantage of such rock panels is that there are various studs at unequal heights, so that you can still build all sorts of things or attach accessories to them. The round brown 2x2 bricks are well chosen and match well with the other decorations, and certainly with various brown ladders. The ladders are really great and don't occur very often. Therefore, I won't have to make the comment that there are no ladders or stairs in the set, which is the case in 95% of my videos. This brown part is also an absolute added value. It is the fence of a kind of trap, combined with a hidden hatch. Apart from the base plate and the rock panels, I am pleasantly surprised, and it has been a nice building experience so far. I am now about halfway through at drawing 16. Very positive is that there was apparently extra budget for decorations, which is not very often the case in many sets I saw before. So here already lighting, and a table with a map and some extras on it. I wish they had provided that in the El Dorado Fortress set. Building the second floor is going quite smoothly, a nice variety of bricks in various sizes and shapes, and even an extra ladder. I find this a bit strange, a leaf that has to be attached with a hammer. The choice to provide a hammer instead of an antenna is quite special, and I can't explain it. Personally, I think an antenna would offer more possibilities, because you could attach another brick or accessory on this side. Anyway, the play feature remains the same. You can tilt the leaf left or right. The roof will also contain a balustrade, a turntable for the crane, and several barrels containing diamonds. The barrels do not have a lid, what is maybe a downsize, but that way you can faster hoist them up with the crane to which this intermediate piece is attached, and which then actually functions as a lid. I had seen this pirate flag many times before, but it was only when I had to complete this set that I realized how sought after and valuable this part is. I eventually bought a copy on Bricklink for €15, and as you can see, the condition is not fantastic. It has some wear and discoloration. But the clips are not broken, which I thought was the most important. Apparently, there are also quite a few sellers who offer flags with broken clips. To be honest, I think that is a waste of money, and I don't understand why you would want to complete a collector's item with damaged parts. Loyal viewers know that this part is one of my pet topics, a crane system. Because also like here, it's always worked out in a different and interesting way, which I always enjoy discovering. In this case, it is attached to a turntable, and at the front, the rope is put through a 1x1 brick with hole, in combination with a part that I normally use as a flagpole for a boat. It can rotate and you can move the arm separately in height. This is a really fun play feature, and a crane with winch is always a big plus when it's included in a set. The set is almost completely built, but I have saved the most important piece and the eye-catcher of this set for last. The skull that can open like a kind of gate. There is a completely separate page for this in the manual. I like to note that this consists entirely of simple basic bricks and plates, and shows how creative you can be with few resources. I think it's a beautiful end result. The cave with the skull really appeals to the imagination, and the design is actually quite well put together. At first glance, you would think that this is not well finished, and that Captain Redbeard is sitting here openly and exposed. But the intention is actually for this piece to stand upright and hide this floor. It is only when a boat sails through this opening that the skull falls, and that she is trapped on both sides. This is really a nice play feature. Together with the crane, the chest with gold coins, the hidden hatch, and also the camouflaged weapons on the side, this set really has a lot to offer. And then I have not even mentioned the working cannon with which you can fire one by one round bricks. With the boats at the front, the base plate is nicely filled, which makes it a beautiful display piece. This set certainly deserves a place in my collection, mainly for the historical value, but also for the cave with the impressive skull, the 6 minifigs including 2 Imperial soldiers, and certainly the crane system too. Feel free to comment below this video, and don't forget to subscribe, it's free. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.